Jess. Thank
Hello, that.
Let's start by going back to the very beginning, just over 5 years ago
Yeah, I
now.
remember it very
Um,
well. Came up with this crazy idea in the pub with my friends and said, "Oh, I'm thinking of doing a reward card." And because we were a few wines in, they're like, "Yeah, do it, do it." And so I remember over like that Christmas period, I had Jude at the time was like 2, so Theo would have been 4, the other boys 5 and 6. Just amid the chaos, creating my own little website and really knowing where my heart was and what I wanted to do, but really not thinking beyond that initial launch. I think sometimes, particularly as women, if you think about the bigger picture, you'd never go for it, right? I never thought I'd be a business owner and be doing as much as I'm doing now. I just wanted to do something practical, try and help the businesses that I was getting to know already. And I think because I started by walking into local shops and just saying, "Hi, I'm Jess, and would you take the plunge? Would you join?" When I first launched, there were like 20 businesses in it. It was so tiny. But yeah, I remember that period well. Just from deciding to do the business to launch was 3 or 4 months. It really wasn't long
so
at
that,
all.
as you said, you sort of didn't really think about the long term, but you must have thought all along, well, this is what I want to achieve with it.
Yeah, so I had been doing social media for a few years by then. My background pre-kids was events and marketing for an investment bank, and you can't really do events when you've got young kids. And because I had the children in quick succession, I had like 4 babies in 6 years. It was a mad period, and social media was really great for me because I could do it around the kids. And I
Yeah.
was also blogging about having boys. Just progressed naturally through the blog and through my social media. I was getting to know our local business owners. I was living at the time in Tunbridge, so I was getting to know our Tunbridge business owners, and yeah, just re getting more and more of an appreciation of our high street businesses, the families, their stories, how tough it is out there, and
Mm.
actually how little people knew about these small businesses on our doorsteps. We're all creatures of habit, you know. You go out into town centre and you'll go to the same coffee shop and the same shop, and you don't actually look up.
Yeah.
So the idea was really build upon what I was doing, give us as a community an incentive to go to our small independents by making it more affordable with offers. But more importantly, saying to our high street businesses, you don't need to pay anything. You choose an offer to work around your budget, your offering, whatever
Yeah.
works for you.
Yeah.
And because of that offer, you then access the app and the website and all the other bits that I can provide. And that was it. A nice circle of mutual support focused on community and the people behind the brands. So
Yeah.
for businesses that joined, they had nothing to lose because if I couldn't bring people through the door, they'd not given anything away. So
Yeah.
that's how I got a few lovely people to take the punt.
Who were your sort of your initial five?
The first was Donna at Stampede, the children's foot shop. She was so up for it and enthusiastic, which was wonderful. I thought, wow, well, already any mum in the area want to support local, but it's not the cheapest option going to an independent footwear shop when you've
Yeah.
got all these online options. To be able to give people 10% discount and for me to promote Donna, that's really something. So she came on. There are another lovely couple called Aubrey and Fleur who had just I think it was at the same time as me. They had just opened Geography Wine Bar on the High Street. They were, yes, let's join. They actually sold the business last year to Jonathan at Cork. So that's now Cork, the wine bar. But they were a yes. So I had a nice little group. I had the bars and the restaurants and
Yeah.
yeah,
Really
I went
nice.
from there. And every single person that said, yeah, let's do it, I obviously gave them a hug and said, thank you, thank you. But I had a launch party for in Tunbridge Wells, it was at Hotel de Van, and in Tunbridge at the fire station. And yeah, launched this business.
Yeah.
There was like I was inundated with people wanting to join as businesses straight after. But then 6 weeks later, it's when the high streets closed, lockdown began. And then I thought I've actually made a really daft decision launching a business supporting the high street when doors are now closed and we're all online.
So what, how did you keep going? How did you
Well,
have
I
to?
obviously had 4 children. So I had a little toddler, and I also was meant to be homeschooling 3 crazed boys. So there was that immediate need. Also, do you remember in the first few months there was like that? that sense of panic. People really didn't know what to do. So I set up the COVID support group for Tunbridge. I set up a Facebook group because there were people saying, oh, we need it. And I was like, well, no one else is volunteering. Let's set up this group. And then that was snowballing, and there were thousands of people joining. And through the support group, I would get people that were vulnerable and in need contact messaging and saying, I need help. So I was helping to connect them with people. Actually, I used the TN card to talk about high street independents that were diversifying and supplying food and essentials to people.
Yeah.
And it actually was a really good time to build trust, because there've been lots of people that have tried to do reward cards, particularly in Tunbridge Wells, and they just weren't taking off. And it was a really good time for me to say, look, guys, this isn't about money. This isn't about, you're not lining the pockets with this reward card for a load of corporate suits. It's just a local mum who really cares. Although I couldn't do what I'd set out to do, which is events and connecting people, I was able to connect people in a really important way and build the brand.
At what point did you decide that I want to support a charity?
TN card has never been a limited company wanting to make profit. It's always put social purpose first. And I wanted to help West Kent Mind through the sale of cards too. So I've always shared through my blog and with friends that I have mental health struggles of my own. And with 4 boys, I was conscious about the struggles our young people have, but in particular the boys, and how hard it is to communicate, and this perception that boys, it's changing obviously now, because this was, my oldest is 14, but back at the time, I was worried that they would feel like they couldn't share with me. Why don't I get parenting experts into Ian Forster Theatre, because we don't really get anyone coming to Tunbridge. So I approached Ian Forster Theatre and said, did you know this? Can I take over the theatre? So I had 2 really great events, and the 3rd event was going to be with West Kent Mind. When I decided to launch the TN card, it was a no-brainer. I thought, this is a really easy way for me to support this charity, because as much as people want to share awareness, without the funds, they can't have a team. They can't exist, and they can't continue to do the vital, not just life-saving, but life-changing work that they do in our towns. So I asked to meet, and at a coffee shop, I said, look, I'm trying to do a reward card. Would you mind if I gave you 10% of every sale? So it's not 10% of profit. It's not 10% of, it's, if you pay £25 for a membership card, £2.50 goes to West Kent Mind a couple of weeks later, because it's monthly. They were like, yes. But also I knew it was important that it wasn't just about donating, it was about spreading awareness. So I've tried to connect members and businesses with West Kent Mind. A few times I've gone out with the team to talk to business owners in the TN card about the challenges of business ownership. I've connected West Kent Mind with my members. So it's an ongoing passion project. They've received 35,000 from West Kent, from TN card, not just memberships, but fundraisers and events, because any opportunity I'll get that blue bucket out. More importantly, I hope by being open about my own struggles, that it's helped people realize that you don't know what's going on behind the facade. Going back to the social enterprise thing, what if people don't understand is businesses don't pay. So if you're a town centre business, if you're a high street business, you're not paying anything. So the podcasts and the events, the community events, the business workshops, the press features. So I'm really pleased to have been able to give a 4-page feature in the Times of Tunbridge Wells So magazine, and now the Tunbridge Wells Business magazine, worth several £100 for free to a business each month. That's all funded for, it's paid for by me through membership sales. So people don't appreciate sometimes that their membership sale is what's allowing the TN card to provide all the promotional activity, and the professional photographs have been funded by members. So in addition to West Kent Mind, it's a not-for-profit. So profits go back into supporting through the growing technology and marketing.
Yeah. And how did you come up with the business models?
Well, so it's a really simple concept, isn't it? A reward card we all have, well, back in the day before COVID, or before actually I had a decade of carrying a nappy bag around, I'd have a handbag with a purse, and the purse was full of cards. You don't have it so much now because everything's digital.
Yeah.
So it's a tried and tested concept. Everyone knows that if you can receive exclusive offers at a place because you've got a loyalty card, then you're more inclined to go there. So I thought, why isn't there something for independents?
How do you do it all? And what impact have these things had? What are you most proud of?
I launched the Tunbridge Business Awards first last summer, and it really felt that Tunbridge was missing that vital recognition. And the awards are important because it gives you a chance to celebrate the town, the businesses that are doing such important things, and to highlight who we have, and actually to say well done to the businesses, because it's tough work owning a business, right? So Tunbridge Business Awards just came from that need. And then having launched the Tunbridge Business Award, or announcing it, the paper went, and so did the Tunbridge Wells Business Award. So again, I thought I can actually roll this out to Tunbridge Wells. And I naively thought, how much work can it be, right? I thought, really, what do people want from an awards? They want a special night where they can get dressed up, take a few photos, have the chance of being recognized with an award, and have a drink, right? And get together as a community. So let's scrap the meal component. Let's ditch those 2 hours where you're eating a meal that you don't really care about. You just want to hear whether you've won, so that I can make the tickets affordable. So last year, the ticket sales, I think I kept £5 back to go towards the catering, but the rest went to charity. So each ticket was below cost. I think it was £25 or something around there. And the money was split to 3 charities. So it raised thousands for local charity. People could afford to come. And it was a community event. And what was really special was there was an incredible mix of businesses that never applied to awards before, because they'd never thought, oh, I don't fit in this corporate sphere.
How amazing that you managed to get all of these micro businesses taking part.
I have to say that running the TN card is not good for my mental health, which is, it sounds crazy because people think, oh, she's got a really gorgeous gown on at these awards, but I'm not happy at these events. Like if someone said, Jess, would you like to just do a runner out the back and put your tracksuit bottoms on and cuddle your children? I'd probably say, yeah. I don't enjoy having eyes on me. I don't enjoy public speaking. I really don't enjoy Zoom interviews, but it's important. I'm really proud of the fact that it is making a difference. I can see the changes and the difference that the TN card is making. And it's taken a while, but I feel like it's at the point that the sacrifice of the last few years is worth it, because it's making positive change. And I'm quite excited about where it can go in the next few years. Now the brand is established and people will trust it, know what it's about. And I've got enough members to start having help.
Yeah.
Where
And
it can go from now.
are we allowed to know kind of what's on your list of things to launch?
By the end of the year, I would love any local employer who's invested in their community, who wants to make a difference, to be giving the TN card to their team. So it's taken a lot of work, but there's now an employer section in the website where any employer with 4 or more staff can go in, create an employer account, and pay £2 a month to give their team a membership card. And that membership card gives them just shy of 1,000 local rewards, from free fizz to money off their daily coffee. There's so many benefits to employers. I really, really would love to see that flourishing, because those funds, the additional membership sales, is going to help fund having a community manager in each of the towns. So when I launched the TN card, it was for Tunbridge and Tunbridge Wells. It now spans Sevenoaks. It's going into Crowborough. I've been asked by Tenterton Town Council to support its independence in Tenterton. That's too far a geography for me personally to know everyone. And what's important about the TN card, it's about personal. So if you're a high street business joining the TN card, I will get to know you myself. I will meet you. I'll take the photos. Now I'm going to have community managers. So the lovely Deeps Motley, she has now come on board as of January as a part-time Tunbridge Wells and Crowborough community manager. So she's the one with the TN card hoodie. She'll be popping in to check in on everyone. And hopefully with enough memberships, I'll have a community manager in Tenterton, one in Tunbridge, and one in Sevenoaks.
How do you prioritize everything and make time for the family?
So it's totally work in progress. I still have the whole, if I'm a mum and I put the phone down, I'm feeling guilt because there are people that need support. I haven't quite got that balance, but I think if with the TN card growing now, and I'm able to start taking a salary and to have community managers, I'm looking forward to spending more time with my boys now. I think one of the challenges is when you support a high street business, they want you there at their big times. So if they have an anniversary or a special opening, they'll want the TN card there because that's a huge event for them. And these events are usually in the evenings and on weekends. And that's a challenge for me because that's when my boys need me. They're back from school, they want tea time, they want tuck-ins. Yeah, so it's a juggling act.
So what advice would you give other women out there that are considering setting up a business?
Take baby steps. Don't wait until your product is perfect before launching. I think there's this expectation that everything's, you go online and every business looks perfect. On the perils of social media, you can go down the Warren hole and just think, oh, everyone else has got it organized. They know what they're doing. It's not, everyone's playing a little act because we're all feeling like imposters.
Yeah.
Don't wait until you've got the perfect product because things change. It's better to get something out there and adapt. If I waited till I had the perfect product, I would never have launched.
Yeah.
I'm so grateful that I just took that baby step, just stood and went, I'm just launching a scheme without really knowing where it would go. And also stay authentic. I thought when I launched the TN card that I'd had a parenting blog, talking frankly about myself and sharing photos with me and the boys. I thought to be taken seriously as a business owner, I need to drop the personal. It needs to be all about we did this and no photos. And then I think it was during COVID, I thought, no, the strength of the TN card is about a local person who loves her community, that knows the people behind our independence. That's what makes it different. And I think the strength of the TN card and why it's working is because it's personal.
How have you found it as a woman in business?
I do have challenges that others don't. I miss out on a lot of opportunities because I'm on the school run. Even if there's a 2 o'clock meeting in Tunbridge Wells, I can't make it because I work a long day around the school run.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's kind of frustrating. You do feel like you're missing out a little bit on stuff. Yes.
How are you going to be celebrating International Women's Day this year?
Susie Mitchell, I've been getting to know Susie a lot over the last few months. And she is doing an International Women's Day afternoon tea like she did last year to raise funds for Tailor Made Dreams. So I've booked a table and inviting some business ladies to join me. So that will be really special. And it's really great as the TN card grows that I can start to support local charities too.
Yeah.
So yeah, that will be a fun event. We have a really inspiring group of female business owners and entrepreneurs in Tunbridge Wells. It's important that we champion each other and work collaboratively. Yeah, so I feel really privileged to talk to you. Thank you.
It's been an absolute pleasure. Thank you ever so much.